All right, we're talking with Jobi Riccio, and fortunately, she's going to play tunes for us today as well. That's what we do in Studio B, right? So another one off of Whiplash, your latest record?
Yeah.
She's tuning just a little bit. Again, at Citizen Vinyl this evening, I believe the show is 7 o'clock. And then I was looking, it looks like you're going to Durham after that for tomorrow night at the power plant in Durham, right?
Yes, I am.
And then you're going to Sweden.
From Durham to Sweden, yes.
Holy cow.
Yeah, I'm going to Sweden for some shows in February, which will be the first time I've ever done anything like that.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
First time overseas at all?
Not first time overseas. Yeah, but it is my first time in Sweden.
Awesome.
Specifically.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what's our next song, Jobi Riccio?
I'm going to play a song that was very much inspired by those classic country artists, specifically female country artists that I was telling you about, and the rootsy Americana people as well. This is a song called For Me, It's You. It's just a harmless little feeling that ebbs and it flows at the brush of your skin. It flickers and glows. Everyone has a person they sing their love songs to. For me, it's you. No one makes me sunny or paints my world warm like you. When you catch my eye, I wish you'd catch it a little more. Everyone has a dream they know likely won't come true. For me, it's you. You tell me you're tired of weary, lonely nights. I just hold my smile and I open the door. I'm not who you're aching for. She's wrapped her smile around you like a noose. Watch from my drink as you forget everything else in the room. Everyone has a person who will never feel the way they do. For me, it's you.
Jobi Riccio here in Studio B from the album Whiplash, For Me It's You. And I got to tell you, first time I played that song on the air, I'm sure I joined with a bunch of other people in that one totally hitting home. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just, it kind of, if you've experienced something like that, it'll kind of rip your heart out a little bit. And you go, wow, I know exactly what she's talking about there.
Absolutely. I think it is a universal experience, you know?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Was sort of the idea that I had for that song was the last line, everyone has a person who will never feel the way they do.
Yep.
I wrote that down in my notebook and that
And
sort
built the song around that.
built the song around that. Yeah.
The new album is Whiplash, and I was reading. You talked about the new song music competition, but you've won or come in hot in some other things as well, right? And I know you seem like a really humble person. I don't want to put you on the spot, but tell us about some of the things. I had some of them written down. You played at the 2020 Sundance Music or some film festival, right?
Yes.
How was that?
Oh, that was really cool. That was February of 2020, so before it all went down, and it was great. I'm a big skier, and I got a lift pass for Park City while I was there and went skiing, and I got to bring a band, and that was also part of actually the new song music prize was to get to go play at Sundance, and I just had the best time. Utah is beautiful, and that was very cool.
Now, you already had an EP out at that point, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Was that self-released? Did you?
Yes, that was all self-released.
Uh-huh.
Very DIY. I kind of just I threw that EP together to sell something at shows because I started really gigging and doing some small tours in the Northeast, and I was like, I need something to sell at the merch table.
Because people are going to be interested. Do you have something? Do you have an album?
Yeah, definitely.
That worked out pretty well for you?
Yeah, I think it's a great, little first introduction into releasing music.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
This year, Newport Folk Festival, the John Prine Fellowship.
Yeah.
What a feeling, eh?
Oh, man, the most, truly, I mean, I hardly have the words for it, even still. It's been a few months since then, but it's just I was totally one of those people who was raised on John Prine. My dad is, in his 60s and absolutely loved John Prine and played John Prine for me all the time growing up. So it meant the world to receive that.
Your dad's a smart guy.
He
if you
is.
want to nurture a young songwriter, that's good music to expose you to, right?
Definitely, yes.
I remember the heartbreak here in this building when he passed away. I'm sure you felt it too, man. You just felt like he's part of the family.
Yeah.
From all that music and everything. Did you ever get to see him live?
I did. One time I saw him play in LA, weirdly, at the Grammy Museum. It's kind of not the place I would expect to have seen him, but yeah, that was the one time I ever saw him live.
And then winning the John Prine Fellowship. That's I guess I don't know if winning's the right word, but yeah.
It's sort of they select a person,
yeah.
And so it wasn't like an application or anything.
Right.
It was kind of just this crazy
honor.
Yeah, truly. I was just sort of like, oh, okay. Are you sure?
Well, it's exciting, but isn't it also fulfilling? People are recognizing your talent as a songwriter. They are appreciating, what you have to say.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think a lot of people write songs because they want to be heard or they want to express an emotion and connect with people. So to receive that, especially from people I really look up to and whose music I am inspired by and really truly means something to my heart, it's everything. It's been really, really, it really means a lot to me.
It's being recognized for your skill and content, not for writing catchy ditties or whatever, right? I mean, it's nice to have mainstream hit records, I guess sometimes, but being recognized like that with fellowship like that and songwriting contests and things speaks to your content and your ability, doesn't it? I mean, that's the way I look at it, and hopefully you as a songwriter look at it that way.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've always tried to outright myself, I suppose. Like, you know, I'm always trying to improve my songwriting chops. Like, I could practice the guitar more, but I kind of don't. And I think my energy and my passion has really been writing and lyricism and, you know, all that stuff. So it's very cool to be recognized for that.
Do you have a favorite, most special song on Whiplash?
Well, I'm really proud of all of them.
Sure.
I love the song that I do by myself on the record called Trying. The record is all with a band. And I've been touring around solo, and people have gone to the merch table and picked up the record and been like, so are you solo on this or are you with a band? And that song is the only moment I am playing completely solo, and it's a song about isolation and loneliness that I wrote in peak quarantine, and I think it's a really beautiful middle section of the album, and yeah, just think it's a cool song.
I thought it was kind of a pleasant surprise in listening to the record the first time.
Yeah, thank you.
It's very nice. So your show tonight at Citizen Vinyl, are you like you are with me right now, or do you have a band tonight?
I will be solo. We're going to do a writer's round style with the other two most recent winners of the new song competition, Michael Flynn and AC Sapphire.
Nice.
AC and I are going to share my electric guitar, and I'm going to play acoustic. So we'll be passing guitars around. It'll be really fun. They have great cocktails. It's a really good vibe in there, for sure.
And I got to speak for the nerds out there. What sort of electric guitar are you playing?
I'm playing a Mexican Telecaster I bought on Facebook Marketplace.
All right.
I'm not so nerdy. I'm very nerdy and like shell out the bucks for the acoustic instruments, and then I think with my electric instruments, I'm sort of like always tinkering on them and, you know, putting different types of strings on them, trying to kind of gussy up the sort of bare bones thing that I've bought.
Do you own a 12-string?
I don't.
Played a 12-string before?
I have played a 12-string.
How do you like that?
I think they're fun. I feel like it reminds me of playing mandolin a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like if I ever owned one, I wouldn't play it enough. Like, it would just sit collecting dust, which I don't like to think about.
Well, that leads me to another question. You went to Berkeley, and you kind of got into some bluegrass, among other things. Did you get to play some of the other? Do you play some of the other instruments besides mandolin and anything else?
Mandolin and guitar are of the acoustic variety of instruments that I play. I started playing electric bass in 2020. Just, you know, need a new hobby, and I learned how to latch hook, which is like a weird kind of crochet thing that people do, and I learned how to play electric bass, and those were sort of my quarantine hobbies.
Wow.
Well,
yeah. Pretty productive, I'd say.
Yeah. And we worked on this record, too.
Right. And we always do this. We don't want to get ahead of the game, but have you already got, at least in the back of your mind, a thought for a new record?
Definitely, yeah. I'm still locking in, like, actual formal plans, but there are new songs that I'm kind of I've tucked them into bed for now, and they're kind of taking a little nap, but I'm excited to, you know, work on those. And
well, this record this year, of course, we've been touting our top 100 of 2023, and Whiplash, your album, Jobi, is one of those albums eligible for people to vote in their top 10, you know, to help us compile the top 100 new releases this year. So there you go.
Wow, thanks.
Yep, it is titled Whiplash, and it's on Yep Rock Records.
Yes, North Carolina based, yes.
Yeah, there's a number of artists we always think of when we think of Yep Rock. Of course, I always think of Jim Lauderdale first, because he's a good friend of this station and, you know, a name associated with that and everything.